The evacuation shuttles screamed overhead, their engines straining against the gravity of a dying world. Explosions bloomed like poisonous flowers across the cityscape, painting the horizon in furious oranges and reds. On a bridge that spanned the abyss between destruction and salvation, a solitary figure stood firm. Ryder's armor, once pristine, was now a tapestry of scars, a testament to 100 battles fought in the shadows. He wasn't leaving. Beside him, amidst the desperate stampede of refugees, a small, blue-skinned Kijal child stood frozen. Ryder knelt, his helmet servos whining in protest. "Live, Sarah!" he commanded, his voice a calm anchor in the chaotic storm. He gave her a human name and a chance at a future, forcing her toward the last shuttle. As she fled, Ryder turned to face the enemy tide alone. He didn't die that day to defeat them. He triggered his armor's self-destruct to hide a truth too dangerous to survive. Or so history recorded. 100 years later, the city of Navan gleams with organic curves and bioluminescent spires, a paradise built on a graveyard. Inspector Sarah, now 118 years old and distinguished by the deep indigo of her skin, moves through the dust of a forgotten sector. She finds it buried in the rubble, a human helmet, battered but defiant. Inside, a rough, hand-etched inscription screams across the century, "Sarah, find me. I'm alive." The discovery hits her like a physical blow, triggering fragmented memories that shouldn't exist. Strong arms shielding her from fire, a voice making a promise. In stories like this, the past rarely stays buried. It claws its way out to demand a reckoning. Driven by a ghost, Sarah infiltrates the restricted Quarantine Area 7. It isn't a radioactive wasteland, but a preserved vault. There, she meets a cyberneticist, a half-breed hiding in the shadows of the machinery. He confirms the impossible. Ryder, the legend, lives. But the Truth Service is watching. The old man sacrifices himself in a blaze of explosions, buying Sarah time and whispering a destination: the southern mountains, and the code, promise kept. Sarah is detained before she can run. The High Caste Administrator reveals the chilling reality. Her memories, and those of an entire generation, were calibrated. They removed the human saviors to craft a narrative of Kijal resilience. It is a terrifying violation, a reminder of how easily power can edit reality to suit its needs. But Sarah is no longer a compliant cog. She stages a violent escape during a blackout, retrieving a data crystal Ryder left for her, and vanishes into the Undercity. The journey ends at a thundering waterfall. Promise kept, Sarah speaks to the stone. A holographic wall dissolves, revealing a high-tech bunker hidden within the mountain. Inside, the air smells of recycled sterility and waiting. In a stasis chamber, Ryder sleeps, withered by age, sustained by machinery, but alive. He wakes to the face of the child he saved. The reunion is bittersweet, shadowed by the revelation he carries. Humans weren't exterminated by the enemy. They were sold out by the Kijal High Caste, sacrificed as currency to purchase peace. They access the archives, securing the proof of this century-old betrayal. But the Truth Service breaches the sanctuary. Ryder, frail and failing, grabs a weapon with shaking hands. "I'm dying for the truth," he vows. The situation is hopeless until the walls themselves seem to open. Maya, a leader of the hidden half-breed descendants, arrives with an underground resistance force. A firefight erupts, transforming the archive into a slaughterhouse. In the chaos, Ryder takes a fatal shot meant for Sarah. He dies in her arms, his watch finally ended, urging her to run one last time. Sarah escapes, but she is done running from her history. The rebellion that follows isn't fought with fleets, but with information. At the gates of the Central Archive, facing a massive crowd, Sarah holds up the crystal. She exposes the lie. The Truth Service fractures. Soldiers defect, unwilling to fire on the undeniable reality of their own heritage. The regime crumbles, not under siege, but under the weight of the truth. Days later, in a city grappling with its redefined identity, Sarah stands before a new memorial. She engraves the restored helmet with a message that will outlast them all. They buried us in lies. We rose from the dust. As she looks out over Navan, the world feels complicated and messy, but for the first time in a century, it is honest.